Today was a travel day. We left Amarillo this morning and we traveled to Rio Rancho, New Mexico. So far, travel days haven't been the best. Not necessarily because of the fifth wheel, not really even the truck, even though one minor thing happened today. We'll get to that. But really mainly it's just an adjustment for the pets. The dogs did really well today. The cat, however, she's still struggling a little bit, so we're really trying to do what we can to help make her comfortable. But before all of this, she really did not leave the house at all. So this is a really major adjustment for her. Today, we have a soft carrier. She was in my lap. She was doing okay. I actually had my hand inside because it zips up a little bit and I can stick my hand in to pet her and calm her down a little bit, and I felt something warm on my hand and didn't know what was happening, and she puked on my hand in the carrier. So clean that up. Then she was just drooling. She slobbers a little bit anyway. It's just kind of weird for a cat, but she's always done that when she gets kind of really relaxed, but that was not the case here. But anyway, so that happened, and then we had just probably gotten to the New Mexico state line, and we were realizing that we were hot, and it was pretty early in the morning still. So what we finally realized is that our air conditioner wasn't working all the way. But it was an easy fix. So we've done this before with our truck. We were already planning to stop to refuel, and Justin went inside and got a can of where we could recharge the air conditioner, and it was almost immediate. But by the time that we were able to stop, everybody was pretty warm, including the cat, who we're not used to see panting like we are the dogs. We had some issues today, but you know what? Not every day is going to be perfect, and we knew that going into this adventure. We knew that there would be days that we would have difficulties, and at the end of the day, we just have to stop and think, regardless, it's still so worth it because we get to see things like this.
There were two main reasons we decided to stay in Rio Rancho. Justin would be traveling for work and we needed to be close to the Albuquerque airport. And secondly, we just really wanted to be closer to Santa Fe so we could take a day trip into the city. We had some initial problems finding parking, but ended up in the Rail Yard District, which was just a short walk away from the plaza area. We arrived around noon and decided to seek food to fuel our adventures. The restaurant I had wanted to try ended up being closed on Sundays, but a quick Yelp search led us to the nearby La Fogata Grill. The space was small but lively, and, most importantly, cool. This was our first chance to try some New Mexican dishes, so I had the Santa Fe enchiladas with red chili, while Justin had a taco plate. The food was reasonably priced for such a touristy area. After our delicious lunch, we briefly explored the plaza area before making our way to the Cathedral Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi. A church was built on this site in 1610, the year Santa Fe was founded. The original church was soon replaced by a larger church, which was destroyed during the Pueblo Revolt of 1680. The present cathedral was built between 1869 and 1886. It was elevated to a basilica by Pope Benedict XVI in 1995. After leaving the cathedral, we walked over to the Loretto Chapel, home of the famous winding staircase. Maybe we should have paid the $5 per person admission, but our time was limited since we had to get back to the dogs. We were still able to enjoy the beautiful exterior as well as the art market found on the grounds. Just on the road from the chapel is the Mission of Santa Fe. San Miguel Church is the oldest church structure in the United States. Though much of the original church was destroyed in the Pueblo Revolt, some of the adobe walls remain, as well as this beam which dates to 1710. Though it was time to end our way too brief visit to this historic center, we wound our way through some quiet streets on our way back to the truck. We know that there is so much more to see in Santa Fe, but this short trip will have to tide us over until we can return to the city different.